peeps, Suzanna here today for Elle Studio, and I'm sharing with you a mini tutorial on making those fringed ornaments, and I use those ornaments on this layout of the kittens in their Christmas costume. Bring on the costume. So those are the fringed ornaments, and I'm going to show, I've made two, and I'm going to show you how you can make your own. So you need 3 pieces of pattern paper, or you could use the 3x4 cards from Elle Studio, just like I am going to do here. The Fa La 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 card is a printable 3x4 card with a white space at the bottom. So I'm going to use that for the bottom third of the ornament, and then I'm just cutting a circle. Then I'm going to use this pink polka dot from the Christmas Basics, and that is going to be the top 2/3 of the ornament. And then I'm actually going to cut this stripe out, but I don't like the look of it, so I'm going to change my mind, and that will be the top third of the ornament. So I'm cutting, just moving the circle die and the edge of the paper, and you can see how there you've got the thirds. And so, see, I didn't like the stripe. There was just something funny. It just didn't look right for me. And so I, off camera, cut that green, and that pattern paper is from the Fa La La paper stack. So I've used my Martha Stewart fringed scissors, and it's a bit wide for the size of this ornament. So I am going to go ahead and just cut in between each of the fringes and then attach that down. Remember, when you put your adhesive, that you only want your adhesive on the unfringed parts of that, and then you'll kind of ruffle that up a little bit and adhere that down to the next layer, and obviously that is not going to have fringe, and that is the bauble of your ornament. Now you want to create a top for that. So I'm going to go ahead and punch a hole, and the topping of the ornament is actually going to cover that hole. So I'm going to go ahead and put some twine through. This is just baker's twine, looped through and then pulled through, and then some old-fashioned Fiskars Deco scissors. I am using the zigzag scissors, and so I just have 3 notches, and then I'm going to cut a straight line up, round out those corners, and there is a quick and simple, easy, effective, cute paper ornament that you can fringed ornament use on your, you could use it on cards, you could use it in your December daily. I've just chosen here to use it with this particular layout. So now I am going to create the layout using those ornaments. So this is a digital cut file. I cut it out a long time ago, and I can't remember, but I'll find it, and if I can find it, I'll link you down below. I'm pretty sure it's from the Silhouette store. And then the O of joy is each of the cats in their Christmas ornament. And the papers that I've used, that is from the Christmas Basics Elle Studio paper stack. So each of the kittens gets a joy, and then I want something down the bottom of the page to just sort of close off that space down there. And so I've got a 4x6 card, and I'm trying to stick, so with the larger elements, I want to use red, green, and that mint green, but then I want to intersperse other color in it. So if you look at the Christmas tree at the bottom of the 2 kittens, so a Jasmine in her Christmas tree costume, there's pom-pom trim on the edge of the Christmas tree, and so I want to add those same colors sprinkled throughout the layout. That blue card there, so that is a printable. I believe that's the printable, or is that the actual card? I believe that's the printable. There's one that comes in a kit and one that's a printable, and so I'm going to use that to pull all of the color together in the layout, and then I'm going to sprinkle the layout colors throughout the layout. So those labels are the December labels. Those are add-ons. I'm going to not use that pink one because it takes away the roundness, and I want to keep the circular feel of those circles. But I am going to keep the one underneath Jasmine, and the black one that says the details, and I'm going to insert into there the miserable details. So the reason I'm keeping that one there is because that photo wasn't fully cut to the circle. It was slightly smaller, and so that just obscures the bottom of that. So these other circles that I'm interspersing here are either stamped and then cut with a circle cutter from the Happiness and Cheer stamp, or they are, so that Bah Humbug is one that comes with the kit. That's a die cut that comes with the Elle Studio December kit. So are those half circles, the pink and the red, and then there's another green one up the top right. So either I've stamped them or I have cut them from the kit. I want that the joy, the letters have that sort of scallop edge to them, so I want to tie that scallop into the bottom of the page there with that uniting blue piece. So I've just used my old-fashioned scallop scissors. I have saved those, and I actually use them quite a bit. Um, I used the yellow there because I felt like it was pulling more color into the page, and I am actually going to journal in that spot there. That is a leftover card from another layout that I created for Elle Studio this month. And there's lots of words and phrases sprinkled throughout, but by putting them on slightly different angles, I am able to um, make them be more of a decorative element, and they're not too distracting with all of the elements in there. So if you follow my work, you know that T-squares and I are not friends, but I do use my ruler to try and line things up, at least the top of those letters there. I like the texture that the twine has given me, the baker's twine on those ornaments, but I want to have a little bit more dimension to the page to go with that, and so I am going to pop up a few of these circular elements on some foam, and I just use ThermoWeb foam, or it's actually Gina K from ThermoWeb. And so I've sprinkled a few popped up elements in there. I really love it. There's something about the circles and the way that the elements are on different angles just kind of creates this sort of bouncing movement through the page, which is fun, giving the stoicness of the cats in the photo. So this is a fairly easy costume. If you follow my work, you'll know that previous cats, Belle, who is no longer with us, and these two have replaced, or their personalities are their own. They haven't replaced her, but new kittens, new cats that we have. This is a new costume. This is unique to them, and it's their Christmas outfit, and they absolutely loathe it. And so that's why these pictures are of Mia holding them, because they will not stay still long enough in order to get a picture otherwise. And they've been subjected to it multiple times throughout the holiday break there. So you can see there's a bit of a gap, and it's almost trapped white space between the bottom joy and that, I'll just call it decorative cluster at the bottom there. And so I want to fill that with something, but I don't really need a title. And so I am going to use some black puffy stickers and just use 2020 in there so that we know that this was taken in the year 2020. The other thing that I am going to do off camera, I believe it's off camera, is I am going to stamp. I'm going to use the Happiness and Cheer stamp tree and put that on the right hand side. You'll see it in the close-ups, as well as I just felt like everything was sort of falling off the page because there's lots of elements that are actually connected to the outer edges of the page. And so I'm just going to take a fine black pen, it's actually my Elle Studio pen, and just sort of sloppy draw lines, interlocking lines around the outside edge of the border there. So in amongst those other circles, I am also going to use, that's what I'm doing here, is I, from the December kit, have the Joyful Chipboard stickers, again, to add a little bit of shape and dimension to the page and kind of add to that bouncing happy kitten feeling. So that is a piece of chipboard there that I really wanted to incorporate. It says Seasons of Wonder, and I wrote why underneath, so Seasons of Wondering Why. Truly, they were miserable. And fortunately, they didn't scratch us in the process. That is going to wrap up the layout along with the additions that I told you that I did off camera. So there are some close-ups. Enjoy the close-ups. There are affiliate links down below if you are interested in purchasing anything. I hope you have had a great holiday and are looking forward to seeing you again in 2021. Come back again soon. Thanks for stopping in today. Take care.